What is going on, my good people? It's Swift here. We're coming with another Jax video. This is going to be about Ringer. Now, a lot of talk has been going on about this variation. They don't know where it stands on the tier list. I'm not here to clear that up today. What I'm here to do is explain to you how this variation will work. I do think it's a very good variation for Jax. Hunker Down still outclasses it just because, just on crushing blows alone. Um, this variation of Jax is actually more about restand pressure and keep your opponent standing, the plus frames he gets from the clap, and a lot more. So it's going to rely on a lot of arm heat that you're going to do in this variation. So I'm just here to break it down to you. This may be a lengthy video just a little bit because I have a decent amount to go over. So just bear with me. But I'm just going to start with the simple things. We're first going to talk about his new string, 221122. 6 hitting string. You do have the option of ending it with an overhead, and yep, ending it in an overhead, and you can end it in a high. Now, that being a high, that is plus on block. So if you end it, that's +4. Has decent pushback, but as playing Jax, that really doesn't matter. Because I can mix up my options afterwards. I can follow up with the forward 2. I can kind of micro dash into a poke to just make sure I check you. Or I can kind of micro back dash and then come in with the back forward 2. Like it's a ton of things he can do after this. I don't have to do anything. I can bait a button, set myself up for a whiff punish, whatever I want to do. Okay, so that's just one thing. Now granted, the overhead is punishable. It's -11, but you're right in their face. So that's a jab punish for any character, and it can lead to some decent amount of damage. So yeah, you don't really want to end it in that. I don't normally end it in that. Normally, the good thing about this string is that it can be special canceled at any time, so I can do stand 2 into a special, 2-2 into a special, 2-2-1, and just do one hit into a special. Like you can special cancel after every single hit in this variation, so it gives you a lot of opportunity to mix up your opponent. If you want to stagger it, you can do that. That's -5. If you want to do 2-2-1-1, that's -3. Of course, if you finish a string, of course you do have your 2 options at the end. Good thing about these 2 options at the end is they both come out on the same frame. So they're the same frame. So the overhead is 21 frames startup, and the high is 21 frames startup. So there's no fuzzy in that mix-up. They have to guess. So, and even if they try to fuzzy, you don't have to end. You don't have to end your string in that. I can do something like this. Now you gotta block that, or I can do, which of course if I burn meter is safe. So you can do that, or you can, catch somebody not paying attention. Do the regular one for a low. They have to react to that. And now it's -7. I can do this. This is the low ground pound in this variation. It's called the ground shatter. It's a low. It launches. So if they're not paying attention and they get hit by this 35 frame low, they're getting launched for a combo with no meter. Or I can sneak in the unbreakable. The unblockable. That comes out a little bit faster. That's something you got to react to. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's an unblockable attack. So it's all about conditioning in this variation. You want to condition them, you want to mix up. You have way too many options to constantly do the same thing. So what I think really makes this variation shine is the fact that clap grants you plus frames. It's +14 on hit. So I can pretty much do what I want after this. I can dash up grab, I can dash up 4-2, which is guaranteed. I can do dash up 4-3-3, which is guaranteed also. So basically you have to block. So if I hit you 4-3-3 clap, you gotta block that 4-2, or you gotta 4-3-3 clap, 4-3-3 again. And they have to guess what you're gonna do next. So I can either come up and throw you, or I can come up and do 4-2, or I can come up, continue my pressure. So those are basically my 3 options right there. Now there's another option here, the 4th option. This is the forward 4. Now the good thing about this right here is that the forward 4 becomes +2 after you land the clap at max range. Now, you will not land clap at max range after 1-2. You will not land clap at max range after his new string. So you're going to be kind of close. So the 2 strings you're going to land clap at the max range is back 3 clap and forward 3-3 clap. Now this puts your opponent far away enough to where if you kind of micro dash and do forward 3, you're going to be +2 on block off the knee. Being +2 for Jax is huge. You know, because he already he doesn't need plus frames like that. So he already gets good pressure just off staggers alone. So him being +2, it actually guarantees him some things. It guarantees him a down 1. Of course, guarantees down 1. You know, I can do something like this. I can be stupid and, you know, do down 1 clap like that. But, you know, I'm going to refrain from that. But just the plan as Jax, you want to utilize this as much as possible. So remember, landing forward 4-3 and doing clap right afterwards, it actually grants you, it gives you the opportunity to be plus on your forward 4, and I'm going to show you. No, that's +1. All right. See that hits late. That one was +2. Oops, missed it. So that's +2 on block. So like using that in your gameplay is going to be super important. I mean, I use it a hell of a lot because why wouldn't you want to be +2 with Jax? Now in a situation like that where you're +2 with Jax, it leaves you for a grab setup because now they have to respect your poke. So just kind of remember when you land back 3 clap and didn't do 4-3, you become +2 on block with the knee. Especially with 4-3-3, that's like the easiest one to land and become +2. So that one was +2. Let's see. Yeah, that one was +1. I hit it late. That one's +2. Yeah, so like just being +2 period, you're right in their face. Your mid now becomes 7 frames. So like why wouldn't you want something like that? So when it comes to this variation, you're not going to get a lot of combos mid-screen. Unless you have fully heated arms and then you do get a pop-up. So you can get something like this. You can get that. Doesn't give you a lot of damage, but you know it's decent. But he's really a corner character, so he gets super dangerous in the corner because now in a corner he's going to get his damage for little resources. So he will launch you in the corner with like if he barely has arm heat like this, like level 2 arm heat. If he does clap, he can still combo you in the corner with no meter. So if he build up arm heat, if you hit somebody with this string, just start off, you build up enough arm heat just to launch them for level 2 arm heat. You get a decent combo from that too. Oop, no, that's not it. You can do that. You don't even have to spend bar. I just spent bar to get a little bit of damage, but you don't even have to do that. You know, you can get 291 damage, almost 30% for no meter with just arm heat. You just, you know, because you open somebody up with 2-2 from the beginning. So that's something that you can do. And normally what I do, I end my combos in clap. And I will explain later why I'm ending all of my combos in clap. So a really good thing here, if you have fully heated arms in this variation, you get into the combo. You can actually get some pretty decent damage with fully heated arms too. I mean, it's not as much. For some reason, with Ringer Jax, you don't get as much damage with level 3 heat than you do with level 2 heat. Level 2 heat gives you more damage. I don't know why. I think it's because you get an extra clap launcher at a certain point. And no, that's Akio invited me. I'll be there in a minute. You get some extra damage because you get a second clap. So let's say I got some arm heat. You know, just one hit is all I need, and I start off the combo with standing 2. So right, so that's just having barely any arm heat. It's just like one hit of arm heat. That's like level 1. That's it. That's all you need. So with that, gives you 38% in the corner for a bar. So this dude is hitting for hella damage for minimal resources. But if you don't want to use if you don't want to use arm heat, oh not arm heat, if you don't want to use meter, you can just end all your combos and clap. And I'm gonna explain why this is a good thing. So if I end my combo and clap, I'm advantaged by plus 33. Now that varies at different heights where you end the combo. Now I think if you hit them really high, then you're more plus. If you hit them lower, then you're not as plus. So you know how that works. So if I'm like mid screen and let's say I do something like this. Oops, see that's me being free. See, he was really high, so I'm actually plus 31 right there. So he was plus 22 because he was a little bit lower. But being plus 22, and then you're right next to him is huge. And then in this variation, you also want to get your wave dashing down with Jax. That's going to be super important. Good way to maintain pressure and stay on top of your opponent. So like you're right next to him. If you end your combos and clap, don't be afraid to end your combos and clap. Okay. It may seem a little weak at first, but when you think about the Oki you're going to get from this, then it'll be insane. So you have enough time to wave dash a few times, and then block a wake up attack. So let me put him back mid screen. Let's see. All right. So. I do something like this. This is just a launcher, just not, See, I had time to wave dash twice, and then block his wake up attack. So this is going to be good for baiting people out. They cannot, if they even decide to back roll on this, you're going to have enough frame advantage. You're going to be right on top of them if they decide to back roll. So you can catch it with 4-2-1. See, I was kind of early on that, so if I time it right, I can actually catch him. And you can continue your pressure. Now, in this variation, you don't have the same crushing blow as you do in Hunker Down. You won't have that. They call it what do they call it? I'm having a brain fart right now. Expert Grappler. So you would able to do this knockdown right here. I think he got a little bit of damage from me. He hit you like 5 or 6 times. And it he's right next to you. So the difference between that variation and this one, you still get this knockdown like that. But the difference between the two is in Hunker Down, if you do I can even show you. If you do let's see. If you do 4-2 or 4-3-3, 1+3. Any of his knockdown moves that you normally see, or for the overhead attack, in Hunker Down, you're plus 18. Alright, so if I do this and Hunker Down, I'm only plus 19. I'm sorry, plus 19, right? But if I switch back to, let's see, if I switch back to, this is the same thing for Grin and Barrett and Ringer. I'm sorry, I have my names different on here. I do apologize. I just named them. So if I do this, if I do the same knockdown, I'm actually plus 28. So this actually helps me out a lot more because now the opponent is more scared because you have more hit advantage, and I'm able to bait out a wake up better. So in this variation, that's going to be really good. That's going to be super important to actually hit somebody with this right now. So if I want to set loud to wake up flip kick. So I can move back, and now he just got baited. And now I get big damage. And into pressure, and I'm right back on him. So like, and when you're playing Ringer, the clap is going to be super important, man. It's like, you hit somebody with 4-3-3, clap, 4-2, throw, something like that, because they have to block the options after the clap. Because you're plus 14 on hit, so I'm getting free pressure like that, restand pressure. So one thing about the clap though, it is a high. It's -10, so you're gonna have to be quick on the punish if you want to punish that. So a lot of times it does go unpunished, but unlike Hunker Down and unlike Grin and Barrett, down one clap is not really going to get you much. You know, if you catch somebody pressing buttons and hunker down or grin and bear it, you can get the gotcha grab, and then you get a side switch. You get about maybe about 9-10% or so. But in this variation, you don't get that. You just get a restand, which is I'll take that. I'll take plus 14 restands. But the good thing is if you have arm heat and you use arm heat on the clap, if you and to use arm heat in this variation, you have to double tap one. You have to double tap square, because if you don't want to use arm heat, you don't have to. So as you can see right now, I have level 2 heat, but I'm not using it. So I'm just getting the regular restand. But if I double tap it, it'll launch them. This is going to be like really good in the corner. Like that's the only time I really should see you using that. But the thing about it is, if you do want to do like down one into clap or something like that, if you think they're going to press buttons, you can do down one into clap and use arm heat, which makes them move a mid. Now normally, as you can see, with no arm heat, this is a high. You use arm heat, this becomes a mid, so it actually jails from down one. So they're not going to be able to poke out of that, or they're going to get hit. That's just the way it is. So I haven't really like got the matchups down in this variation yet, because I don't know what matchups. Maybe the matchups will do good. Maybe the Ringer will do good in the matchups where characters like with 8-frame pokes, they can't challenge him a lot because he's going to be plus a lot. So he's going to because if you're especially when you're in a corner, this gets super dangerous. So if you're in a corner, 1-2 clap is going to be a thing. 4-3-3 clap is going to be a thing, and then you're going to be plus 14 right in their face. So that means you can do whatever you want in this situation. Forward 4 is still plus 1 right here because you're super close to him, so that move is going to remain plus 1. But good thing about it is if you're playing that character that does have an 8-frame poke, or their fastest poke is 8 frames, you do 1-2, you're plus 1, you get a free down 1 check, because now your down 1 becomes 6 frames because he's plus 1 on this. So now they have to respect that. You can open him up with 4-3-3 on it too. So like it's a lot of strike throw mix-ups in the corner once he gets going with this, which is I love it. And especially when you knock someone down, in the corner, and you start just getting up on them, and you start getting that pressure going because you ended the combo and clapping. You're like plus 30 something on knockdown. This gets really dangerous because like you're going to be able to bait out a lot of wake ups easily. You'll be able to see if they're delaying wake up easily as well. So I think that's like pretty much the most important thing is that knowing your knockdown and not being afraid to end your combos in clap, because clap is going to give you the most frame advantage. I used to think this variation wasn't as good because I didn't end my combos in clap, but now that I end my combos in clap, I used to end my combos like this, like that, or I'll do just that, and then they'll be away from me. That I didn't really like. So, and then I watched video games, and I saw what he was doing with it, and I'm like, dude, that is insane. Just constantly keeping pressure like that with this character. So, that's pretty much that's it for Ringer Jax. I do think this variation is very, very good. I do not think it's better than Hunker Down. I think it's really close. I think the fact that his crushing blows are a lot better in Hunker Down is what's making a difference. They both have pretty much the same playstyle, but Ringer Jax is more about block pressure, while Hunker Down you got mix-ups, you got the command grab, which kind of makes things better. You have more crushing blows. Grin and Bear, I definitely think that Ringer is better than Grin and Bear, just because Grin and Bear doesn't have this move right here. That's huge for Jax right now, because it's an 11 frame mid that at range becomes a grab, and close up, it'll hit you and then he will throw you if you use meter. So Grin and Bear doesn't have that. It has a duck, which is good also, but this is a better utilized tool. So and also Grin and Bear doesn't have that same pressure. Grin and Bear is more for you're playing. That's for like you get rewarded more for winning neutral. You get more damage. You get combos in that variation. And honestly, Grin and Bear may be the most dangerous variation that's in the corner with Jax. And I can show you Cause now Green and Berry is more like it's a two-touch variation, okay? And you gotta guess. It's a 50-50, and it leads to at least 800 damage, okay? So I have no arm heat right now, right? Let's say I do this combo here. Not even that. Let's do 4-3-3. Oops, 4-3-3, yeah. Alright, so that's 300 damage with no arm heat, right? So I just restood you on +4, and now you gotta guess between 4-3-3, or you gotta guess between throw. Now, after I did that combo, I have fully heated arms. That means I can get my throw crushing blow. So now you gotta guess what's next. Now you can guess the throw crushing blow, which is 330, or you guess wrong, try to press a button. Now I just launch you again for another 300%, for another 30%. So that's like the 600 damage gone just like that. And if I have my crushing blow loaded with the rockets, you know, I get even more damage. So let's do this. Why am I missing that? I'm free. If you don't block, you know, that's 384. You can get more damage out of that, but you get the point. Or I have fully heated arms, and I hit you for 330. So I think Grin and Barrett may be the best in the corner, and that's the very reason why. But Ringer is a very fun variation to me. I love playing it. Only thing that really gets annoying if you get somebody who's super defensive and they block a lot, so you have to rely on throws because they realize, okay, I'm just going to take the throw. You know, he doesn't build arm heat with this. He doesn't build arm heat if you block. So now I'll build arm heat with my throws, but you know, that's all I'm going to get from you. Now I can harass you with throws. That's just fine. That's perfectly okay. But I mean, you're going to have to do that in this variation a lot. You're going to be baiting throws a lot, so you're going to kind of walk up on somebody like this, sell the fact that you're going to throw them. You know, this is even after you do the clap. So you do 1-2 clap, or you just, you know, in your combo and clap, you just kind of walk up on them, making them think you want to throw, but nope, you got opened up with 4-3-3, and you just got restood again, so now you got to guess. Or something like this, you can walk up on them, clap, walk up on them again, and do 4-2, and then just do 2-2. Now, them trying to tech your throw, they will get opened up by this. So that's something you can do as well. But that's pretty much for Jax Ringer, guys. I will be making a lot more videos. I will be uploading footage of me using Ringer. I will stream a lot more. You know, I have a capture card now. I have a PC. I have, you know, I got an overlay set up, everything. I'm ready to start the stream game. I'm ready to start the content creating thing. So just expect more videos from me, more breakdowns, whatever you guys need. Just if you want to know in the comments what you want to see with Jax, just let me know. Peace.